With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking.
Back at it again with another shade of blue. We are the KC Soccer Journal. My name is Cody Bradley, Thad Bell, Mike Kuhn, and recent celebrity Carrie Robinson are here, star of Behind the Shield. I'm going to start right there. Carrie, how much fun was that doing that whole video with Behind the Shield? That looked like a great time. You guys are doing awesome things with Off to See the Wizard. It was really cool to see you guys highlighted there.
Yeah, it was a blast. And it's also been a lot of fun just to, we had the Cauldron event, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I felt like every person was walking up to me and they're like, hey, we just watched your Behind the Shield drop. It was a lot of fun. It was a little nerve-wracking just having a mic and a camera on us, like basically from
inside home.
yeah, from at my place, from like 2 p.m. to whenever the game ended.
Oh wow! Oh yeah. So they just watched the game with you. Okay, I see.
Yes, the camera was on us, and they were watching on the board ahead of us.
So we need a bunch of like the behind the scenes of the Behind the Shield.
Yeah.
So
apparently there is the videographer who took it. His name is Connell. Great guy.
Yep.
And he said he's gonna give us the Connell cut.
Oh, good.
So,
you understood him when he spoke?
I did, yes. Whatever we greeted him at my apartment though, because he is Irish, for everyone that doesn't know. We greeted him with Irish accents. Because we had gone out a few days before, just like get to know him, kind of create like an idea and a plan. So
I actually thought that they did a good job of putting in some of the stuff that felt like behind the scenes, and it was just a very genuine video of like that it was just you guys just kind of hanging out. So that was very good. I'm happy for you. I hope you guys got some new followers on the YouTube channel and all of that. So well done. Looked good. But we have a Sporting KC game to talk about. But before we do that, if you would go subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast. We don't say that enough around here. Mike, you're quiet over there and I can't see you, but thank you very much for joining. It's a rare thing. We get Mike Kuhn to join us. I'm very happy to have you here to talk about the 2-1 loss to RSL, because there's not much fun to talk about from the game. So I'm hoping there's a Mike stat coming at some point. But Mike, give me your general thoughts after this 2-1 loss.
I mean, for overall, it was a normal SKC game at this point, I guess is a nice way of putting it. Um, we got some interesting lineup choices. We got Rodoya and Fernandez back in the starting 11 for the game. So we got to see Rodoya at the 8 for the first time in a while. He hasn't improved as an 8 since he last played it.
Oh.
Yeah, what it comes down to is it's the same thing that we've kind of talked about with Carrie Zavagnin, sorry Carrie, all season, which is he struggles to get the lineup right from the start. He struggles to get the tactics and the game model right from the start, and then he still makes good decisions with adjustments, but it's too late by then.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that is, they're just trying all of these new things and how much of it is what will work in the best way in that specific game. I don't know, but you're right that he does seem to push the right buttons in during the game, Thad.
He does, and I did have one idea of why they may have done that particular lineup with Real Salt Lake, minus the Rodoya one. If I remember right, let me preface this. I'm not totally sure on one thing. If Real Salt Lake is good in the air, like on set pieces offensively, I'm not totally sure. I was trying to look that up. But I was told a stat a few weeks ago that when Kyrie, Joaquin, Jansen, and Bartlett played, they gave up nothing as a defensive unit on a set piece.
Okay.
So that may have been part of it. I'm not totally sure, but I don't know if that's.
But Montez has been touted for his size and his ability to get on the ball with his head, both attacking and defensively.
I understand. I'm just saying that may have been one reason. I do not know. And would I have started Montez just to see what he's like? But Zavagnin may still be in the mode of I'm going to try to win every single game possible, and Montez hasn't impressed him enough, even though he's going to say nice things about him in every question he gets. So,
I mean, this is the easiest opponents looking at the table that we have. I think almost going out. There's like one other maybe. You're probably just trying to get that collective core of people that have constantly played all year together versus still trying to throw in one extra person, like Thad was saying, to try to go out and acting like you're going to win every single game, just to, if there's a small little hope for a playoff, which there is very slim.
Yes, they are not officially eliminated, but pretty much.
yeah, it's dimming like an eclipse going on right now. It's just getting colder and colder.
Yeah, done in by the pink hair of Diego Luna, Carrie. How dare he do that with pink hair?
I like people that play for the national team that have pink hair usually, but I hate them for club.
Oh, I love,
Although,
for some reason the pink hair looked so nice with the US jersey, and then all of a sudden I hate him when he comes here.
I mean, moral of the story, whatever, it's just RSL getting called up to the national team. Although they say or they say country before club, not for me because sometimes I find myself rooting against Diego Luna whenever he's playing for the USA because I do not want RSL fans happy.
I know. I hate to admit that. I didn't think I would admit that into a microphone, but I do kind of hold that resentment towards him just because of that RSL jersey.
I'm open on saying that because I told that to Sperry one time and it said that I should not have this mindset. So now I have this mindset times 5.
Well, see, you're not alone. We're both haters.
I kind of like Luna. I don't like the pink hair, but I kind of like Luna. So,
Yeah, I know that we talk about that with the national team a lot of the kind of guy that team is missing, and I think he's exactly that guy.
I mean, I don't think he's great with a national team. I mean, he's done well at different times, but he's got a little attitude. He's got a little just go for it type of mentality. So I kind of like him.
Yeah, just the kind of tough to beat. Like him on the field would lead to one of those teams that's just tough to beat, even if they're not as technically good as you are.
You would beat you would be happy to have him as a winger on Sporting,
Yeah, absolutely.
no matter what color hair he
100%.
had.
As this game showed. That Daniel Shallowy, do we give credit in your own personal record books? Does Daniel Shallowy get a goal for that own goal?
No, that it goes down as whatever the official record is, and it's an own goal.
Your own personal record book, Mike. You have it in your head on if a player deserves something or not. He didn't deserve anything for that. You can't
No.
score if you don't put it in the mixer.
No, he does not get anything in the official record book stats that I keep.
He does not. You're right, Mike. But this is like people with Marvel movies have headcanon. Like this is how I explain this. Or in Star Wars, really Obi-Wan met this person at that point. It's headcanon. It's your own record of how things happen. I don't give Shallowy a goal. I give him an assist.
And see, I was saying I have my own personal record book, this made up thing in my head. Mike has an actual record book that he keeps. So no, he doesn't get the made up thing, I guess.
He's got terabytes of spreadsheets, man. It's not
to
paper,
be fair.
It's terabytes.
To be fair, I'm still frustrated that years ago the Iko Para own goal, Iko Para got credit for a goal that was clearly an own goal when he played for us.
And
so
would you put it in your?
I put it in as when they changed it and made it Opara's goal. I changed it to Opara's goal, even though I disagreed with it.
Does it have an asterisk next to it?
Before it did.
I mean, I still bring it up, so not officially, but yes, for me, it still has an asterisk next to it.
So you do have a head record book, and it has an asterisk in it.
Yes, I have a head record book, and I have the official record book that I keep.
There we go.
And the official record book that I keep, Shallowy gets nothing for that last night.
I get a point because I was able to get you to that record book one way or the other.
I knew what I was working for. Thank you for that. Mike, do you have something from this game that is positive, perhaps a Mike stat of some sort?
I mean, it depends on your definition of positive. I mean, well, here you go. Own goal set a career high for goals for Sporting.
Okay. All right.
Own goal has set a new career high with their 4th own goal of the year. So
that's a good stat. Well done.
Yeah.
Does Shallowy get anything in your record book for the own goals assists? Because he's at least 2.
Yeah.
He does not, because the league doesn't keep those.
Mike,
he does not.
Your own personal thing. Screw MLS. We're asking.
If I change those things, Thad hears from someone with Sporting that says, "Hey, Mike's stats are wrong," and then I have to go back and.
No, we don't want you to change the real stats, Mike. This is your impression, your personal appreciation, your view. Like me, I think if you create an own goal, you should get an assist. Not a goal, you should get an assist because you created that opportunity. Now, I know MLS doesn't recognize it, but it's my view.
Right.
Well, here, I'll give you an example there. I used to play Fantasy Premier League. And people who forced an own goal did get an assist.
Oh, that's
points
good
for an assist.
Oh, well done.
Fantasy points.
Yeah, fantasy points. There you go.
You guys can fantasy points in your head.
Start a whole fantasy league, and there you go. Then I'll track it that way.
Own goals forced. That's a good stat that should be kept. I like it.
Do you want another stat? Because
yes, he does.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of originally. That one felt more positive overall than the next one, which is still positive. It's just not in the same vein.
Okay, hold on. I got to get the sounder ready. Are you ready for the time? Are you ready to come in? It sounds like you were ready. That was good. So here,
I'm ready.
Dun Mike stat.
So Jake Davis made his 100th appearance in all competitions last night.
Whoa!
He became the 3rd youngest player to reach 100 appearances across all competitions.
100 appearances, Thad.
That's pretty good. Cody, do you have any idea who the 2 above him might be? The 2 younger ones, that younger than Jake F. Davis, that getting his 100th appearance?
Now, do you want to know where Jake 23 years, and I have to pull up how many days real quick for you. But do you want to know how old he is so that you can make a good opinion on who your guess is? Jake was 23 years, 253 days. So who are the two people who were younger than that when they made their 100th appearance?
Daniel Shalhoub?
No, Daniel is the 5th youngest now. He was 24 and 7 days.
Dad, we played this game recently on young players, and I did so well. And now I'm drawing a blank. I had all of these young players that were getting a lot of appearances and minutes, and now I'm struggling to come up with it.
One, I will tell you, well, actually, both started their careers when the team was the Wizards. One played as a sporting player, the other did not.
Although we still see the other one at Sporting.
Yes, you do.
Matt Beasler.
Oh, no. Beasler's well down the list, actually. He is 15th.
He graduated from college before he played, so, you know.
Carrie, can you guess here and save me from embarrassment?
No, because my mind doesn't go back that far into the Wizards days. I'm just mad that Jake Davis is younger than me by 3 months.
Doesn't that feel old? Don't you feel old now?
I do.
Cody, you want another hint?
Yeah, I do. I want another hint.
Okay, the youngest one was on the 2000 MLS Cup team.
Yuri Rosell.
Okay, well, honestly,
2000, not 2013.
Oh, sorry.
You're going back too early for me now, too. I'm not that old here. Like, this is a little early for me. The 2000 MLS Cup team, a young player, I will never get that.
Nick Garcia.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
23 years, 113 days.
Okay.
So they were all 23.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's number 2 on the list. Who's the youngest? Give us the big one.
No, Garcia was the youngest.
Okay, who's next?
Teal Bunbury.
Oh, Teal. Oh.
Teal beat Davis by about 30 days. Teal beat Davis by about 30 days. He was 23 and 224 days.
I was about to start giving you hints like I gave you a couple weeks ago when we did the trivia.
The color.
He was a club legacy.
Yeah, but that worked. I was killing it if you gave those hints.
So yeah, Davis is the 3rd youngest now to make 100 appearances across all competitions.
And so Shalhoub's 5th?
Shalhoub is 5th.
Who's
behind Michael Harrington is 4th.
Ooh, Catman.
And then you go back further again with Francisco Gomez, CJ Sapong, Jose Burciaga, Chance Myers, and Chris Brown, I think, gets us to 10. Yeah, Chris Brown gets us to 10.
Have we had an outside back truly since we had Chance Myers? I mean, I know Seth played after him. Seth Sinovic played after him, but I've never felt the same at outside back since we had Chance Myers.
Graham Zusi.
Yeah, he was good, but I don't know. It was a different kind of player. He was a different kind of outside back.
He also didn't. Never mind.
I'll default to Thad's Graham Zusi.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't mean to respect Graham Zusi there, but he was a
natural outside back.
He was a midfielder, then winger, then outside back.
And to be fair, Chad, there have only been like 2 seasons without Graham Zusi at right back since Chance Myers left, basically.
Did you just call Cody Chad?
Did I?
I thought you were referencing another discussion that you
No, my mind is gone tonight. I apologize, Cody. If I said Chad, I was.
Is that a result of you getting your ass beat in your soccer game?
Yes, probably. All
right, I'll give you a pass.
I'm done with it.
What was the score in your soccer game tonight, Mike?
5-0, 6-0, something like that.
Oh.
So we have a local team that's worse than Sporting.
I'd had 4 shutouts in my 6 games before tonight, so I wouldn't put me in that category yet.
Were you goalie?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I had 4 shutouts in my last 6 games. Thank you very much.
Outdoor?
Yes, 9v9, 8v8, small field, not full size. I'm too old for that.
Yeah. Well, I was in Lawrence watching Isaacs and Joss's um game, and it was 11v11 on a small field, which felt a little crazy. It looked a little cramped at some points.
That sounds very cramped. If it's cramped 8v8 on a 9v9 field with guys with adults over 35.
The Chiefs might also be worse than Sporting KC. Rough game today.
They scored.
Anyway, did we? That's true. Any other thoughts from the Sporting KC loss? Did we cover that game well enough? Anything we're missing from that?
Did we really say anything about it? I mean, we really just talked all around it. We haven't said about the actual.
I don't think we've talked about it since I mentioned that Zavagnin didn't get the lineup right again.
Well, what else is there to talk about? It was a loss to RSL. The season's almost over. We mentioned all those things. Come on. How much do we want to live with this loss?
Okay. Sporting did not score. They gave up 2 goals. They get one back on a shallowy semi-assist that doesn't count in Mike's record books, but some else's head canon. Shallowy was stepped on and may have destroyed a ligament, but came back into the game. And he had a great quote after the game to a question I asked him about getting a knock and what happened. And
what was that?
Damn it, Cody!
You teed yourself up. I'm sorry.
I did.
You can't blame him there, Thad. You set yourself up for that.
I know. I did. I took
Daniel does good in post game interviews, though. It's always good when we get a good response from him. Not everybody. Some of those players are a bit robotic, but we like Daniel.
Yeah, well, he was definitely mad. Not the exact quote, but he said he's destroyed a ligament before. He knows what it feels, and he was unhappy that there was no yellow card, no VAR, and he just said, MLS, good on MLS again, or something like that. So I can send you the actual audio file if you would like to put it in here, so we could play it right now.
Not great. I mean, I've snapped my ligament a couple of times, and I know the feeling. Done it again. VAR didn't check it. What can I say? It's just normal. Didn't even get a yellow card. Well done, MLS.
Thank you for that, Thad. So next week, Carrie, Vancouver's coming up. We were talking about the quality of teams left that they're playing. Vancouver put up 7 this week. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Against Philadelphia Union, that is still first place in supportership.
Yeah, against the Union.
So, you know what? Thinking back, our 7-2 game wasn't that bad.
That's true. Okay.
At least we scored.
Silver lining. Twice.
Yeah, we scored twice. So we actually may want to talk about more of the RSL game in case we don't want to talk about Vancouver and the potential of getting scored more than 7 goals on us.
Well, there you go. Mark's got something. In good news, they got all the scoring out of their system last night. All of it's gone. All of it's done. They're taken care of now. The other actual realistic news, they do have a midweek game. They do have a Canadian Championship midweek against Forge, I think it is, in the Canadian Championship. And it's the second leg of that, and they tied the first leg 2-2. So they do have it. Their game is not decided fully yet. So they do have a game midweek. So maybe they throw their starters out that one, and we get Zendejas in goal.
Oh yeah,
next weekend.
That'd be fun. Okay, that was a good little preview. Better preview than we ever do. See, that's why I like having you, Mike. We'll be right back. All right, Carrie. They, as in Sporting KC, just had a town hall. It sounded like it was a bit unconventional. There was a little Hot Ones thing they were doing. Do you watch Hot Ones, Carrie?
I do not.
I love Hot Ones. And guys, this weekend, I made my own hot sauce with poblano peppers that I grew in my own garden. And it was very good. It wasn't very hot, but it was very good. Let's talk about the town hall. Carrie, you were there. You recorded some video content. You were like the official arm of Sporting KC video content at this thing.
For the Cauldron, Sporting was also doing their own videoing.
Okay, I
But
see.
but they did interview me and Isaac, so still have our hand in that as well.
Okay, well, so for all of the listeners here that weren't attending the town hall that are unhappy with the way things are going in the club right now, what did you get? What did you get any positive feeling as a result of this? Are they headed in the right direction? Did you learn anything new?
I would say that the it felt more like repetitive questions of like,
Yeah.
what's holding you up right now in the season? What's your challenge? Like, they do a little bit of a backstory on like Jake Reed going to England for a few years and coming back and kind of just what he learned there. Um, so I mean, there was not a lot to get out of this, um, other than the gross confession that Mike Burns eats like a pint of ice cream a day.
Yeah, I saw that discussion. Gross, or does that make you like him a little bit more? Thad, does that make you like him more?
I just wish I could be that skinny eating a pint of ice cream every day.
That's true. Yeah, he's a thin guy. Hard to believe that he's inhaling a pint of ice cream every day.
Yeah, he called it gross. When he built it up, he was like, "I'm sorry, guys. Like, this is disgusting. Like, I can't believe I'm about to admit this."
I have to go like pull out a pint of ice cream now and see just like actually how big that is. Like it's
Yeah. No,
I
it's
gotta
like
figure out that.
it's like the
No,
Ben and
Ben,
Jerry's
yeah, Ben
size.
and Jerry's size, Thad.
Okay, that's
It's
not
not that.
quite as bad. I mean, it's not like the big old
Right.
Yeah,
Breyers
you're
thing.
thinking of the bigger
Yeah.
cartons of ice cream,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
watched my roommate inhale a Ben and Jerry's thing in like 3 bites. It's a sight to see. So, but I
I
think
think I
that
can do
makes
it.
him cooler. I think that makes it makes him, you got a little personality side of him. He's not maybe the evil Mr. Burns that we've been comparing him to.
No, definitely not. I mean, I don't think any of us have called him evil
No,
necessarily.
I
I
mean,
Well,
think
I just,
way to
like
cross
just
another
ex
line,
Yeah,
Cody.
yeah, and to be fair, like he's like for all my personal trepidations about hiring him in the first place, he's impressed me with how he's performed here versus what we saw in New England. So I have I don't have many issues with Burns as
oh,
in his
No.
job right now.
far from evil.
yeah, we're pro Mr. Burns. I just was comparing to the Simpsons character. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frame him
I mean,
like
he does, and he even likes that. He doesn't watch The Simpsons, but his family likes it. So
Yeah. Hate to pull this back to the ice cream, but he also said that he's having issues finding a good ice cream, like local ice cream, and he's
ooh,
never heard of Betty Ray's yet, or he had not heard of Betty Ray's.
Okay, well, there's a lot of people that will tell you Betty Ray's is not what it once was. That it has taken a bit of a step back.
I would agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that would agree with that.
There's a Betty Ray's in Lee Summit now. I don't know if you knew that, Cody. It's inside of a grocery store, Price Chopper down off of 150. So it's actually inside that there.
Yeah, nice.
So I have twice and over like a month after they got here, went and got just the little scoops of them, and it was okay.
I believe there was a maybe like a change of ownership or maybe management that
Yeah,
changed. That's
that
good.
could
There's
be.
a sponsorship opportunity there. Someone, a lane to slide in. The Sporting KC ice cream lane. But that was I was hoping that would lead us into general thoughts on the team. Mike, we don't have you very much on here. You
Wait,
weren't.
Cody,
Oh, what do you got, Carrie?
I can also kind of guide this into it.
You got.
The only take it as you want with a grain of salt thing that Burns said was that if he could change one rule, it would be regarding U22 slots
Mm.
and just how they would be easier to get. So take that with a grain of salt. He said that ask him in a year from now, and he's gonna say he wants another rule changed. But that's what's holding him up right now.
Mike, what would that mean easier to get? Why is it hard to get U22 slots or players?
I mean, I can't speak specifically for what he's implying there, but I mean, it's, I mean, if you look at the U22 players that the league has brought in, there have not been many that have transitioned in the sense to really return the investment that they've gotten, that teams have gotten from their investment in the U22. I assume maybe it's something to do with that, but again, I don't know. But yeah, the main thing is that teams aren't getting as much out of the U22 slots as I think they were expecting to begin with.
Yeah, Joveljic is kind of the exception to the rule there. Like, he is a U22 that worked out really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
There have been some, but not a lot. That's the problem. And they cost so much to get. I remember being told that there was a certain dollar amount that if you had to get to a certain dollar amount acquiring a U22 to make them then be worth enough value that you could then sell them on. So every other team that had done anything below that at that time had lost money on it.
Oh, as in, so maybe Burns is just, maybe they don't have 3 guys at a certain time that they see as like a big profile U22 signing, but they have guys that are under 22 that maybe they would like to just sign at that roster slot, but they're not as expensive enough to hit that roster slot.
Yeah, that could be. It wasn't him that said that. It was a predecessor, but
that would make sense.
I know the chats I've had with him, he's dealing with a lot of issues with, money, commitment, all that stuff, but most of that's from within the team, I think, quite honestly.
All right, Mike, what are the goals for the rest of the year? What can we look forward to? Is there anything we can play for? Is it really just not the wooden spoon? Is that all we have left?
That's all I think that is left, basically, at this point. I mean, we were talking about it before we started recording that looks like the magic number or tragic number is like 5 for being eliminated from the playoffs. So in theory, we lose next weekend, and San Jose wins and Sporting would be eliminated, basically. So, I mean, yeah, the only thing left is to avoid the spoon at this point.
Pride.
Sorry.
Pride.
Do we have that left?
Glory
Can I still play for Pride?
Are we going to finish ahead of St. Louis, Thad?
Don't know. They closed the gap by 3 points this weekend.
So it's down to 3. We got a 3-point lead.
It's down to 2.
Like 2.
Oh, no. We're going to lose.
They don't have an easy end of the season either, but we'll just have to see. 1 point above them, man. That's all I ask.
Yeah. St. Louis ends the season at San Jose, home against LAFC, at Austin, and then home against Salt Lake to end the season. So how many points do you see St. Louis getting out of that? Cody, Thad, Carrie?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
I mean, well, so, who are the 4, Mike? LAFC?
LAFC, at San Jose, at Austin, and Salt Lake in St. Louis.
That's probably the most likely one there is Salt Lake.
Yeah.
That's saying they can't get points elsewhere.
I would say the most likely would be San Jose.
Yeah, maybe San Jose.
San Jose would be one that I would consider, yeah. But then again, San Jose is still going to be fighting for their playoff lives at that point. Yeah. So
they're still in reach.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we host Vancouver, at LA, at Minnesota, home against Houston.
So Mike, go ahead.
I was going to say, I see at least 3 points there. I think we at least beat Houston on decision day.
Depends if any players care to play. I think they will, don't get me wrong.
But, well, considering 17 of them are fighting for their job or showing off for their next employer, I would hope they want to play.
Well, Mike, that is where I was going with this discussion. Are there any players that have something left to play for in your mind that they could change in your own personal record book if they are going to be kept or removed from the team this year? Is there any certain player you're looking at in that way?
Montez and Munoz is probably it for the players that still have something to prove. And that's simply because they're on loans. Everyone else, I have more or less, I think, made my decision on how I feel about the other players on the roster and whether I want them back next year or not.
So you're
And
not
even
sure on Santi?
uh, I'm not. I mean, and part of that is actually not on the field based. Part of that's going to be how much it's going to cost to get him, because I've been impressed with him, but I'm not. I'm not high TAM level impressed with him. I'm not even sure I'm low TAM level impressed with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, are you still with me on sign him? Whatever, just sign him, bring him back.
Well, I'm with you on sign him, but I've kind of always been on the doesn't it's not whatever it takes. I mean, he hasn't been that good. At times he's been really good, but I just feel like the last few games he's also kind of played not in his best position and all that good stuff. But still comes down to the dollar amount, man. And I know he wants to be here. Or at least he's consistently seemed like it.
Carrie, what do you think of Munoz? Are you keeping him?
I'm keeping him. I'm less worried about the money, only from the standpoint of we have so many players that are out of contract or have an option to be decided on. And so you can't just get rid of 17 players
Yeah.
and or two loans, however you say it, um, people on loan. And so he is one of the better people on this team still. And so if you're trying to bring back a little bit of chemistry, because you can't just go cold turkey next season with 15 new players
Yeah.
or 13 or 10's even pushing it for some of these
Well, I
people.
don't know. Are there people listening to this right now, like saying, "Screw it, why not? The team's bad. Why can't we do that?"
Oh, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are plenty of people that are ready to just say, nope, all 17
But
gone.
are they wrong, Mike?
I'm not going to say they're wrong. I'm not going to say they're right. I've kind of put myself in the position where I'd like to see a lot of turnover, but I'm with Carrie that I'm not sure we're going to see a lot of that turnover for partly because to keep some semblance of normalcy, I guess, is a way of putting it.
I don't know. People doubted it last year, and then Mr. Burns got rid of Johnny Russell. He got rid of some people, made some tough decisions.
Toledo, Agata.
Yeah, but that was like three people or four
Agata
people
was,
versus 17.
yeah, I know. But Johnny was just the Johnny one was significant in that the old team would have kept him for another year, and that's why it felt significant to me. I don't know. We'll see. Mike Burns, Mr. Burns has got a big off season. Another one.
He does.
If he's back, because he was on a short-term deal as well.
Good point.
No, right now there is too much uncertainty now to say that yes, they're going to keep 10 of those 17 players for continuity, because if they're not under contract and if Burns isn't under any incentive to get them done because he doesn't know what the roster is going to be, he doesn't know if he's going to be back, he doesn't know who his boss will be, doesn't know who the coach will be, he doesn't have any idea. I'm sure they don't. I know that they gave a budget before last year, but I got to think that's kind of at least an uncertain right now with nobody else in play. So until that chief soccer officer, what dude, shows up, I stumbled over my words. I just went, dude. As soon as you have some idea who that is, and they can say, okay, we are going to start doing X, Y, and Z, nobody can do X, Y, or Z. It's just bringing up, I have to feel like that's also why there wasn't more movement in the summer window. They brought in one player on loan, not even under contract. There's a couple of reasons for that, but he's on loan. There was other people they're looking at, but they could have maybe brought in three players. Maybe that would have helped them get to the playoffs, but they don't have any direction. And until the ownership, whoever's in charge of doing that, I'm sure it's probably Mike Illig, but there might be a consortium or committee or whatever, gets somebody in to take charge, it's going to flounder.
Made it real bleak there at the end.
Mr. Positivity here.
I mean, I think it is bleak. Obviously, things are not good. So I think you put that into a good perspective, Thad.
We need 4 points to have a better record than last year.
Okay, well.
At one point, we thought that was very doable.
Yeah. It felt doable several weeks ago. Now I'm not sure.
The other thing I'll say about our remaining schedule, that Minnesota game is during the October international break. So based off prior call-ups, Minnesota may be down a few number of starters. So just throwing it out there as another thing. I still put our over under at 3.5 if you want to make a bet.
Yeah, Sporting could be missing Basong though.
And to think we started the year in Champions Cup.
We started the year in Champions Cup because LAFC qualified on their own, and we backed our way in because we made the Open Cup final.
Reality came crashing down very quickly, at least.
It was a cold start to this season, and it's probably going to finish that way.
We'll be right back. All right. The Kansas City Current had some dropped points, Carrie. 0-0 draw against the Washington Spirit. Another banner match for NWSL, number 1 versus number 2, and it was 0-0. They did this a couple weeks ago with Orlando, 1 versus 2, and it also was 0-0. Also, Orlando is 0 wins in their last 8. I was looking at this. They just played them a couple weeks ago, and it was number 1 versus 2. And now Orlando's in like 6th place. I'm sorry to jump away from our own game here, but what happened to Orlando?
Yeah, the points between 8th place and 3rd place are very little in NWSL. You can win 2 games and you're suddenly fighting for a very good chance of having a playoff spot or a home playoff spot.
Okay, so without Temwa Chawinga, 0-0, offense all of a sudden wasn't there, Carrie.
I thought it was a fun game to watch. We've been talking about this for weeks on keeping current. That with our defense, just at some point it has to break, and for it to not break against the number 2 team is amazing. In terms of offense, it could be a little concerning that without Temwa, because it felt like we still had the same mindset of kick it deep. Hopefully, someone can outrun the last Washington defender. And Temwa's questionable, but she has been questionable in the past and played 90 minutes. So I think maybe they were trying to catch Washington Spirit with a shock of lineup change.
Yeah.
So you're saying the effort Temwa's down there somewhere didn't work when she wasn't on the field this week?
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Wasn't there.
And
nobody else is that fast.
Yeah. And I mean, usually they can get a goal without her, without that strategy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was trying to look it up because as you were talking, but I can't find it. Their XG for the game was still like 1.5 or something. Was 1.5 or so, or was it higher than that?
They had chances.
Yeah, they controlled the game. They just couldn't finish.
They did. It was very much a decent game in that regard. I mean, there was long periods of time where the Spirit had the ball because they had the better possession, but they didn't get out of their own end. In the first half, that was quite a bit of the first half. Was the Spirit maybe have had the ball, they just couldn't progress out, and so the Current still smothered them and didn't allow them too many opportunities. And they did create some good chances because there was several balls into the box that Dabinia and some other players just couldn't quite get off the shot or couldn't get it past Kingsbury. But so it just, and I think in the first half they actually only got one legit shot, and then the second half they got some more, but just not enough to finish, even though they had a decent XG. So
yeah,
it was still good in that regard.
Most of that XG came from there was one play where Michelle Cooper just kind of dinked it into the box to the far post, and somebody headed it at the far post and didn't quite go in. But yeah, that was still a fun game. I'm with you on that, Carrie.
Yeah, disappointing though in terms of Kansas City Soccer pulling a Kansas City Soccer and not being able to capitalize when the other team has a red card.
Yeah. Double yellow.
It was like 20 something minutes that they went, couldn't get the goal.
Red card happened in the 68th minutes. So yes.
So yeah, the highest XG was Haley Hopkins' attempt in the 85th minute.
Yep, that was that one. What a ball from Michelle Cooper. She is so much fun to watch. I love her.
Yeah, she kind of like the first few games coming back out of the break, she wasn't as sharp, and it feels like this last couple games she's gotten it back and is looking really good.
That one pass that I was just referring to, like she's strong and physical and that kind of player, but then that one just clever little curling pass, she also has that. Love it.
He does. And as going back to Temwa for a second, I don't have too much worry about Temwa being available for the future. I do think that if you have her available, she's hard to get off the field, and I'm sure she doesn't want to leave the field, and it's hard as a manager to say, oh, could you please step off, because you just want to leave her there. So you almost have to like restrict yourself from the options of having her out there, and I think that's part of what they did, and give her some rest and prevent her getting hurt in a game that could be physical, because it's a preview of a playoff game potentially. And to go back to also your Orlando comments, Barbara Banda has been hurt basically since they played the Current. So
her season's done.
Yeah, so
Banda's season's done.
That's part of probably. I mean, not that she's the only one on the team that's good, but that's a lot of I think why they've been in free fall for a few games.
Marta can't do it without the goal scorer, huh? Suck it, Marta.
She needs people to run.
And as you said, Thad, with like we talked, or we haven't really talked about it yet, but I mean, the Current are minimal points away from clinching the Shield at this point. There's no reason to risk Temwa in a game when you still have what? How many? There's still like quite a few games left in the season. The Shield's more or less won. Just cut back, get her some time off. Anyone has a knock, give them the game off, basically. Especially once they get it clinched.
The week before they gave Lorena off, she had a knock, and she was back out playing this last game. So they've also rotated through each week. It's been at least like 2 different starters coming in. So each week has been 2 different players in that the midfield and forward line. So he's just rotating through players, giving them a chance to rest for one, get used to playing with other people, and keeping them sharp, all in a nice rotation. So he's done a good job of that.
All right, still 14 points ahead of second place Washington Spirit. Next up is the Seattle Reign on Saturday. And Sporting Kansas City are playing Vancouver at home. Hopefully this weekend goes better as a Kansas City soccer week, or Kansas City sports weekend, I guess, than this weekend, Thad.
Yeah, a lot of not great on the weekend. So Sporting did not score any goals. I know it was 2-1, but they did not score any goals. The Current did not score any goals. So there's only one kind of noticeable soccer team yesterday that did score, and that was the Roos on the road at San Diego, 1-1 draw against 25th in the nation.
All right.
The women played today, and they won 4-3 at Southeast Missouri, I think it was.
Okay.
So, but it was just kind of funny. Like there was like no scoring for US or Kansas City soccer yesterday, except for the one goal the Roos got, and to tie it back up.
And apparently you have a lack of confidence in SKC too, which just kicked off as we were starting the podcast here.
Well, that was yesterday. I'm just saying, because the Roo women played today, and they got 4 goals to win 4-3. But yeah, do I have a lot of confidence in the SKC too? No. Do you?
No. North Texas, they're playing.
No, yeah,
correct.
I think Dallas has a better farm system than we do.
Well,
we did win a shootout there earlier this season. So,
who's the coach there now, Mike? Do you remember?
For North Texas, no, I don't know who it is since Quill got promoted to the main job.
Yeah, because it used to be former Wizards player Eric Quill who's the coach there, and then he went up to Dallas.
Way to ask a question that you didn't know the answer to end the podcast. That And because you did that, you're going to have to leave us with something prophetic.
It'll be another game before we know for sure Sporting's eliminated.
All right.
That's a prophecy.
That's confidence. All right, Sporting.
The other side don't seem so tough. And 3 own goals ain't all that rough. Our skipper has just been sent off. Supporters strong have all gone soft. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer or whiskey, wine or gin, anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking.